Get the fuck out of here. No way. I think it's working. I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck, but welcome. I'm Eagle. Eagle Gardens. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is Fucking Talking Shit with Eagle 158.5, the motherfucking rabbit hole. I don't know how the fuck I got this up and running. I've been fucking around with it on fucking different settings for the last 15 minutes. All I can say is right now, I'm just thankful it's up and running. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, shit. Hopefully you guys have had a great day. Hopefully you had it, you enjoyed the episode with Breeder Steve. I know I did. I don't know. I know, guys. I'm fucking stoked. Now all I gotta do is hopefully get that episode back up in here. I know. I don't know how I did it. I've been trying to backdoor it all day long. I've been trying to fucking backdoor all day long. I couldn't be any more happier to see you tonight, Jack.
How you doing, brother?
Better?
Oh man,
I've been fucking stressed the fuck out all fucking day long. And just like that, I don't know. I don't even know. And in fact, I was just getting very discouraged because I was like going through the creator, YouTube creator, and I'm like trying to look for something I did wrong because actually after I got off and I went through my history, I like accidentally clicked. You know when you click go live on Zoom and it takes you over? Well, that didn't work with Breeder Steve when I went to go to this channel. It didn't work. I had to fucking log out and go to the other channel and everything. But when I went through my browser history and I clicked that link again, it took me back to that page, but it said no permission allowed. Permission not allowed. And I went, motherfucker, did they yank it? Did they for real yank it? Because I got through earlier on Streamlabs, in which I didn't, it's a backup, but I don't know if I really care for the Streamlabs. But I was wondering, so I get into YouTube in the creator there in the help section, and I'm like, live stream permissions. And then it brings up some subcategories, permissions revoked. And I click on that, and there it is, man. There's about fucking 10 little things right there, and they all say, mine worked up until one day, and without no strikes or nothing against community guidelines, my permissions have been revoked. And I'm thinking, fuck, no, that's a thing? No fucking warning or nothing? And I'm fucking... So I go back in, and I'm trying to fuck with it. I tried the back door. It was funny because I want to say... somebody's going to get mad because they're the one that sent it. But somebody sent me like YouTube instructions today to the back door from like back when I was using it, and telling everybody else how to backdoor it. Fucking, he sent me the exact same instructions of like somebody had made a video and actually put it down in, Word form and like Microsoft Word. I was like, that's funny. That's exactly what I do. But it didn't.
You showed me how to do it, and I had to use it one time, but it's been working ever since. There has been a Zoom update recently though, so I think that might fuck with it. It always seems to fuck with it.
I did, and you know what? I did download it a couple days ago. Maybe even the day before, but I don't know.
had to come on and sip on a THC infused beer in honor of Greater Steve. This is a Mango Dango IPA from Two Roots. So less than 0.5% alcohol. I think it's 100 milligrams of THC. Pretty good nighttime beverage. I always love watching Greater Steve suck down IPAs when he's like on Future Cannabis Project or whatever show. Tonight it seemed like he was just chilling, enjoying the conversation with Eagle. I genuinely think he likes talking with you, which is pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome, man. Yeah, well, I'm sitting there struggling, you know. I'm like, you ready? We're sitting there talking a little bit of banter before the show, and I'm like, man, this is good conversation. We might as well just go live. And he's like, oh, okay. And I go to click the live button, and I accidentally I thought I had it all set up to go to the backup. You know what I mean? Just click live and go to the backup.
Yeah.
For some reason, it tried to take me to the main channel and didn't work. So I had to fucking, I was like, oh, sorry, Steve, man. I got to fucking, I got to redo all this real quick. You know what I mean? I got to change accounts. I got to fucking put in a new title, all that good shit. It's going to be a minute. He's like, so I got time for a tab? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. And he kind of like walks off, the camera, and I'm still talking to him. He can hear me, obviously. And I just hear him fucking hit that dab, and he's going for broke, man. You can fucking, he hit that thing just fucking hard as could be. You can hear him, and then you hear him just go right back at it, and you can hear him cap it and finish it off. I'm like, he is fucking a damn champ, man. He was not messing around.
That doesn't surprise me, I must say. He's a fucking legend. I bet you it was the tastiest of cleanest rosin.
Yeah. It'd be tough
literally
to pass some fucking shit to like him or Indra. I was thinking about that the other day, man. Like when Indra popped on and was asking a little bit there. And by the way, I told him to hit me up, and he never did give me that fucking send me his address. And furthermore, I contacted TC and fucking said hey, Indra's kind of in need. If you're close by and you could help him out, He's like, yeah, no problem. Same thing. Try to get a hold of Andrew. Fucking couldn't get a hold of him and shit. I can't say
that's
we
old
didn't
school
try.
cats. Yep. I'll say this. I used to be really nervous when I'd give like somebody I'd consider a higher up in the game a sample of something I grew. And after giving Tommy Chong 2 samples of buds that I grew, and him being not just like happy with them, but like blown away by it, and like really loving it, that just gave me like the confidence. Now I'm like, I could give anybody a bud, because he actually talks shit on a lot of people's buds pretty openly. So he might have like, if it wasn't good, he might have been like, yeah, this is okay. But he actually genuinely liked it. So since that moment, I've been like, I think I can supply something that I know that I like, and I'm a fucking snob. I'm a huge weed snob. Like, I'll hit somebody's stuff if it's clean and they pass it to me, whatever. Even if it's not clean, I've smoked plenty of unclean shit, gotten by. But for the most part, I do like to smoke my own or my buddies that grow their own, and giving it to him and a lot of the other people that try your stuff. I feel like sometimes it's hard to tell like what their experience level is, but like Tommy has tried so much different shit that that was really an honor for me. He's been around for so long, smoking so much different shit all over the world, and for my little humble closet grow to like, you can go on my Instagram. I saved that story and some of the proudest moments on my little humble Instagram page, seeing Tommy Chong fucking crack that jar. Oop, as my camera falls. But yeah, that was quite the day. I still can't believe it happened to this day. Like, my wife won that giveaway to meet him and brought a few jars of, shout out to Subcool, rest in peace, my brother. But it was strawberry daiquiri and Chernobyl. Those two strains blew Tommy Chong away. And I have a genuine big ass smile on my face right now thinking about that memory, thinking about both those guys, because they're both fucking legends. And we got to celebrate Tommy while he's alive, because I don't think we celebrated Subcool enough while he was here, unfortunately. His last years, especially, a lot of people, even if we were his friends, we all probably could have been there a little bit more. We all kick ourselves after they're gone, but I won't regret some of these things too much. I look at the positive side of things and just remember I'm getting excited to pop some Chernobyl after my next run of Berry Lights that I got going right now. Chernobyl's going to be my next step. So, you're on mute.
I can't sit here and help but wonder why fucking, as you're sitting there talking about him, sub and shit, that shit actually gave me goosebumps while you're sitting there talking about him and shit.
I love him, man. I still do. He was like a fun uncle, crazy brother. I don't know. Long lost cannabis refugee. So many of us can relate. So many of us have a similar story, but not to his extent, you know. But just the shit that he put out there, and you know, like I know, growing his stuff and blowing people's minds with it, because so often you hear a flavor or a label and you're like, oh, that might be cool if it actually tastes like that. But then like Subcool stuff, it actually tastes ridiculously crazy, and it smells, it's loud, it's stinky, it's flavorful, it gets you ripped. And then, guy's a true legend, and definitely miss him quite a bit. It always trips me up when I see a video somebody posts of him like still alive, talking or whatever, because like I'm like you, it's hard for me to watch. I can't go back and watch all the old videos and stuff. But occasionally on my Instagram feed, somebody will just repost one. It's always happy memories, but at the same time, it's like it reminds you that he's not here anymore. And it was something that was recorded in the past that is never going to be a new one, you know? So, anyway, I don't want to get too sad on it all.
I hadn't even really had heard his voice until TCDR played the beginning of that first episode, on that episode. Yeah, I've heard it briefly, kind of like in some Mendo songs, when he was in there. But to actually listen to an episode like that, I haven't been able to go back and watch any of the episodes.
It took me a long time.
It's weird. Oh, I guess we could do that. They're asking for a birthday dab song for I Spy.
Hell yeah. Shout out I Spy. I also wanted to say shout out to, if they're still here, I Grew Some, the American one, and whoever else I typed it in earlier. I'm just trying to remember the ones that actually made my name light up in red. You always got to at least shout those ones out. They made the effort of tagging you proper. And everybody else who had to type out Jack.
Tim S.
Much love to everybody there.
What's up? What's up, Tim S? Yeah, with everybody else. Man, I didn't even do shout outs yet last night, man.
I know, I caught the end of it. I just saw that earlier today.
You know what? It's even worse. Out of all this mess, fucking, with all the confusion with the channel and shit, and who knows what the fuck happened. If it's Zoom, I've downloaded shit I uninstalled Zoom today, reinstalled that shit, and then it didn't work. And then after the show, I downloaded some plugs, but who knows exactly what caused the fucking problem. But I tell you what, man, fucking poor Bingus took that shit right to heart, man. He's fucking DM'd me I don't know how many times the last few days. apologizing for voicing his opinion. I'm like, dude, your fucking opinion is fine. You know what I mean? He's like, no, man, I've learned my lesson. I am never fucking coming back on and fucking talking, voicing my opinion about nothing ever again. And he's like, not on my channel, not on your channel. I'm like, that nobody wants that, Dingus. Nobody wants that at all.
We all want people to be able
In
to talk.
fact, he won't come back on here, but he's invited me to fucking come over and plug my channel on his shit. You know what I mean? As a fucking, I'm sorry and whatever. But you know, I don't even. I said, you know what I told him? I said, fine, I'd be happy to come on your show as long as you promise me you're gonna come back on mine. You know, I ain't got no fucking hard feelings about none of this shit.
Neither
Man,
do I,
please.
and I hope he doesn't feel like I'm going after him, or that the chat was. And I think Smiley was trying to make light of it by joking about it. I don't think he was trying to like put him down by bringing it up, or saying. I think he might have even just been rude in the chat, and some of the people in the chat might have felt that way. But we've all brought up shit on the show that could get us flagged or pulled down. That's why we do the rabbit hole now. I mean, some of the stuff that we prefer to talk about is potentially going to get us yanked down on a given night if we piss off the wrong person or the wrong YouTube flagger, or like person who reviews the flagging, watches it and just decides, oh, this doesn't fall within our content guideline. Which that's just the way
This has already got a thumbs down. Son of a bitch. At least they found their way back. And you know what I thought was funny is thumbs down. He actually even found the channel last night. I was like, good for you, still supporting the show.
When I went to like the Breeder Steve episode after he left, it was 100% thumbs up. So Mr. Thumbs Down, if you want to leave this video and go over there and drop a thumbs down on that one to fucking add an extra one to the algorithm so more people can find it, you're more than welcome to do that, and consider yourself a viewer. Thank you for watching.
I appreciate
There's a guy,
Okay.
he used to date Jenna Marbles. His name was Max something. But he used to go, if you like the video, please subscribe. If you don't like the video, please subscribe. And I just thought that was so funny. He's just like, fucking, hey, you know, maybe you'll like the next one. Or it's just like kind of funny. It's like, hey, if you don't like me, fuck it, whatever, subscribe anyway. Like, sometimes haters become your biggest fans, your biggest supporters. You win them over secretly. Maybe what they hate about you is something that they envy, and they want that thing to be about themselves or some, I don't know. There's so many weird dynamics.
I don't know. I would appreciate it though. You guys don't have to, but I'd appreciate it if, you know, we have a good community that watches here for sure. You know, I noticed early on that that when people were coming on, that the people in chat were like instantly following like the new guests and shit, and I thought that was cool as shit. And that's what makes this community so great. And you know, I'm not asking you or telling you to, but it would be nice if you know could shoot, you know, in your spare time, bring us a message and being like, hey, we want you to come stop back into the community. You know, that'd be cool. You know, make you feel like he didn't, you know, offend us all over here because he didn't. You know, it may have went a little bit south or whatever, but you know. That's partly my fault. I mean, you can't get mad at him as a host. If it were that bad, I should have put a stop to it.
I hate to say it, nothing worse was said than shit that's being said on like daytime television right now if you tune into the certain news network. And honestly, some of the stuff that he was saying and other people were saying is stuff that the president has said. And so, I mean, I don't think that there's any like crucifiable offense by any means. No one did anything that wrong. People said their opinions. Some of us had disagreements. Some people probably got a little pissy and actually went further than just doing a thumbs down or maybe just saying all the words that were said. I think that there is like robots that listen and scan through all the audio. And if you start talking about stuff like those people that do things like commit acts of basically war or terror against countries. You know, if they started plotting something like that live on a stream like this, there's things that screen and look for certain words. Like, I'm not going to start saying them because I don't want to get us flagged for those types of things. But similar goes with this, like drug-related content or adult-related content, because the whole YouTube Kids thing, now they've got all this filtration, and even if you put 18 plus video, all it takes is like one accidental not clicking of a, you know, make this 18 plus, or say something that even though it's 18 plus, you offend somebody. Or like, because they consider it a health, we're currently in a pandemic, so like going against the grain of what's being said by the mainstream health organization, which has been wrong on their own Twitter account, unfortunately. But if you don't agree with like the WHO on these platforms and you say something that's counter to what they believe, then they can just take your videos down. And that's not Bingus's fault, but that's just the way that things are being operated right now. That's why in the chat, I wasn't trying to, like, because my opinion lied on the opposite side of his. I was trying to, like, my first response when I started hearing the conversation was change subject. Like, let's change subject, change topic. One, because I think a lot of people come here as like a, let's smoke, chill, and like talk about cannabis or like our lives and culture, which unfortunately the pandemic's part of that right now. So obviously we're going to want to talk about it. But
again, I should have steered I should have tried to steer away from that when I seen that comment, and I didn't. I was kind of fucking laid back and was like, "What the fuck ever? I ain't got to talk," and just kind of let it go. But
well, it's such a big part of all of our lives right now. So I mean, it did make sense. Like, you know, it's impacting every single one of us, whether we want to admit it or not. And so what he's talking about is something that a lot of people are talking about. You're seeing it. There's fights on airplanes over it. You're seeing people not going to certain establishments because they're requiring you to do certain things a certain way. And so it's an interesting time we're living in. And I just think, yeah, like I was saying, it's not the best topic, because even if you're a professional, the professionals get pulled from this stuff if they say something that doesn't go with the whatever today's way of looking at things is. Keeping it super vague.
So I'm fucking bummed as shit. The only Kineos light I had left, a fucking male got by me. He just fucking threw up some fucking nuts today. So I was fucking 4 for 4. 4 for 4. That almost never happens. Fucking bummed. So I'm gonna go back and probably drop.
I have no Kineos lights either. I popped all 10 of mine. I tested them, took the males out, had like 3 females, 2 females maybe. And of those 2, I had them next to like 4 berry lights, females. And the Kineos lights just would get dry so much quicker. And even just like, if I let them get a little too dry, the whole bottom, like the very lowest set of leaves would get all yellow and like unhealthy and like droopy and like just look like shit, basically. And I knew that was going to start transferring up to the top of the plant if I didn't perfectly water it. Where the berry lights was like dark, lush, Kelly green, healthy as fuck. Same exact solo cups, same exact soil, same exact amount of water in each cup. So it was literally just the genetic, because across the entire Kineos lights, they're always dry first, and they were always way more upset if they got a little too dry. Where the berries lights, it drinks a little bit more slowly, and if it got too dry, it didn't fret at all. It just bounced right back, stayed lush green the entire time. So I tried to take one Kineos lights to flower, and I ended up having a mislabel on the side of the solo cup. I didn't do the tags. I actually just like put painter's tape on the side of the red cup, and I thought one of the healthy ones was a Kineos lights, but it turned out, nope, all the healthy ones were berry lights. So I only take healthy plants. So this run, it's all berry lights.
Yo, I owe High Spy a fucking serious sorry, and here's your dab song. Totally got space. She was like, only 18 minutes now. Only 18 minutes passed, but that's cool. I'll still take the dab.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
sorry. High Spy. I really I've been a shithead the last fucking few days. Now I just decided to start playing too. Cheers, everybody. Go a little overtime. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I've even got this for you, High Spy. Oh, what the fuck? I can still find it though. I forgot I downloaded shit and all my backgrounds are gone. What the fuck? Oh, this thing sucks, man. This is not the version of fucking that I had. No ways, no hows. You got the full version there. Oh man, what did I do? Yeah, I don't know about this fucking version here, man. So I noticed today after I downloaded, I get this fucking thing out of the way. I downloaded this version. Now, so doing this. I guess I'm stuck like this for a minute until that's done downloading. Yeah. Fucking. I noticed when I uninstalled. There we go. Uninstalled and then reinstalled this today. A lot of the features that were supposed to be on the current Zoom weren't on this one, like the sound filter above, and a lot of the other features are missing from this version. And I can't help but wonder what the fuck, man, because even as I checked for an update, it was like, you have the most current version. I'm like, this isn't the one I had earlier, which was supposed to be the most current version.
I fucking hate software updates sometimes, especially when they force them. Back in the day, you used to just be able to be like, nah, I'm not going to update this shit. And you just would set yourself in like whatever, like Windows 10 or Windows 98, Windows XP, whatever the fuck you had. And you could just get whatever version, download your shit, and just leave it how it was. And that shit would work until that computer fucking died. No need to update. No bugs, no issues, fucking plain and simple. Oh man.
I know. I mean, it is stupid. Well, actually, for Zoom, it's necessary because they're fucking it up all the time. I can't believe it's not working now. What the hell?
What are you trying to accomplish? Making it to the background?
Yeah, it won't work anymore. I mean, that shit worked fine the other day.
Yeah, it's not working.
At all.
Well, yeah, it's so funny. It used to be so much better, where it only capture your face and then everything else would be green screen. But now the whole garden and everything, it's like pixelated and choppy with the background.
No, I really don't get it.
What are you smoking on over there, Eagle?
This is Pine Valleys. Pine Valleys.
And
Slash Brown.
does the wind really blow your heavy bag? Or is it an optical illusion that it moves?
No, it's really moving. I know the speed bag's always moving for sure. The heavy bag will sway too. That's how much wind's kind of moving through here all at once.
I believe it because it looks like it's kind of swaying just a little bit.
Hey, look at the smoke from the. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The smoke goes anywhere from butt up.
What's the CO2 looking like right now at eye level?
CO 613.
Solid.
6. And it is 80 degrees, 80.3 with 54% humidity.
Plants love that. They love it.
Not a bad Michigan night, that's for sure.
It's finally cooled off a little bit here. And it's not like super hot. Arizona gets in like the hundreds. It's been like 80s, 90s. Most of my inland California folks have it a lot hotter, so I can't really complain. By the coast, so we got that nice breeze.
It was pretty nice here today. It was only like 70 all day today.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. That's how it normally is here. It's like usually high 60s to mid 70s. Pretty much like 300 days a year.
I fucking threw that orange boss in the tent over there. She's looking pretty good. That one that I manipulated the other night. Did you see that?
Everyone was freaking out about. I trained the shit out of my plants too, so I was like, oh, they'll bounce back. They love that kind of training. I think it makes them better, personally. I'm like, Sonya, wait, what, man? Snap, crack them, bend them. They always are better for it. Unless you completely yank the branch off.
Even that one, because the OB there, the orange boss, wasn't that bad. I've just bent a few of them over because I had done it like maybe 2 or 3 days prior. But there's that one that was like really tall, and she's perfect, man. She bounced right back. She bounced right back. See that head didn't die. She's still
Flattened
there.
her right out. That's what she needed. If she was chest height before, she's got a nice flat canopy now. And I'm a big fan. I know that it seems like in the past when you talk about orange ones, you're a big fan of the orange terpenes and profiles as well.
Not so much. They're good daytime smoke, but the lady friends usually like the orange.
I feel you. Maybe it was a different one. You're probably thinking about pine. Oh, I got some pine right here. Got some Durban, straight Durban. My buddy just dropped some off tonight, and it is piney as fuck. It's that beta pinene though. I'm an alpha pinene guy. But hey, I'll take it. There's definitely some alpha pinene in there. I'm gonna smell that shit. This is the stuff you don't get at the dispensary. They do have the dispensary. It's just not this good, the dispensary. There's actually not really any trophy nugs. It's a bunch of little buds, but delicious. I would show it on the camera, but I won't do justice.
Peter Griffin, we were talking about the second. Hopefully that's able to happen. Well, that's what, full. I'm glad that I've got the camera still looking at my shirt.
Better than a crotch shot, I guess.
True that. We kind of decided on the second, the full moon, which is a week away. There's a good possibility that everybody except the overseas people should have them. For the most of the first 50 people got Jelly Bean, and then everybody else got Agent Orange. So right now it's about a 50-40. 50-40.
I think it was somebody else who was saying that they like the orange when you were talking about your orange boss, and they're like, "Oh, how's it smell?" And you're like, "Oh, it's already got that orange smell in veg." And you're like, "Oh, I love that orange." Maybe it was Tal or somebody else. But I do think that it's good mood weed, good mood stuff. Oh, yeah. Happy smoke, just brightens your day up, kind of.
It does that, but that's just the thing. I've never really come across a super strong orange to where it's just like fucking knocked me out. It's like good mood and sociable, but now couch lock fucking orange.
I've got one that'll knock your dick in the dirt, but I'm not in the process. I'm gonna F2 them at some point, and whenever I F2 them, I'll send you a bunch of them. But it's Sour 76, and it's Cali Sour Diesel, which is Cali O crossed to Sour Diesel, and that's crossed to 1976 Highland Afghani, which is this short, squatty, super baseball bat indica, as they used to call it, just traditional short, stout Afghan. Crossed to that Cali O Sour Diesel, and it's got the whole range of citrus at F1. I found lime, I found lemon, I found tangerine, I found orange. But the tangerine and the orange were both, it tasted great. And my buddy, the same one who just gave me that Durban, he had tangy, like the tangy cut that goes around the West Coast. And I like the flavor, I like the smell, but like you were talking about, it's more like daytime smoke. It never really got me there. It wasn't quite potent enough. I'm an all-day user. I'm an OG. If it's not gassy or super, super potent, it usually just doesn't do it for me. I like all the flavors and stuff too, but they have to be extremely potent. I lost my train of thought a little bit. It's getting late.
What, on a weed smoking show?
Oh, Sour 76. Sour 76. That Humboldt Seed organization, it was a tester, and they never released the shit. So that's why I'm going to F2 it and give it to all my friends, because that shit put that tangy. I had the tangy a week before I had the Sour 76, and the tangerine pheno, which was probably my favorite. Oh, I like this whole rolling desk action we got going on.
It's on wheels.
They say if you got time, you got money, you can do anything.
Fucking there you go, over there, right here. This is J1.
Holy shit. I told you she stacks. She's a stretcher.
Yeah, them two leads there are gonna that's gonna be solid bud. That's gonna be fucking solid bud.
It throws down, man. She wants to yield.
It's gonna be nice. That's under the Mars too.
How deep are they in the flower?
We should be looking like at day 30, something like that.
You getting any smell coming off it yet?
I like it. Grapefruity, kind of grapefruity pine almost, maybe. That sound right? Yeah,
Maybe.
that's the one under the Mars. That's just off the like quick stem rub though.
Yeah. No, I mean,
just...
early on, the profiles change so much as it goes. It's known to have sometimes terpinolene, but it's definitely got alpha and beta pinene. It's a crazy one, man. It's strong too. That's what I really like about it. It's like got really vibrant highs. Depending on when you pick it. My one buddy always talks about how he went mountain biking this one time. He's still like years ago. I gave him just like a few nugs, and he still talks about it. And he grows dank, man. He grows killer shit himself. But he still tells me all the time about the J1. I always try and get him a bud here and there, but he is in a different state, so now it's more difficult. But
that's what's more fun.
Oh yeah, she's a beast, man. That thing's beasting hard.
Yeah, 5 foot. Shoulder height.
And she's got 2 liters that are like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can spin her around a little bit. That's why I like my plants on fucking casters right there.
Oh yeah. If people can afford to, I think everyone should have them on wheels. If they have a spot like yours where they want to move them out, work on them.
Oh, there's so much good things to that, Jack. I mean, for one, like just like if you happen to spill a little bit and it doesn't get trapped under your sauce or mold like that. B, like in the winter months, this is a concrete floor. They're not sitting on that concrete floor, you know, with my root ball off, my root mass all cold as shit, trying to stay warm. You know, in the summer, I could actually probably benefit from that, though, pulling them out and letting them sit on the concrete and absorbing some of that coolness from the concrete. But yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather have them up so I can spin them. It's just easier for me.
Airflow underneath too, to let them dry out more evenly all the way around the pot. I think you're doing it 100% right. I have mine on little plastic risers because I only have 3 plants in a 3 by 1.5 or whatever, so I can just reach in and pull them out and set them up on my little workspace. But in your spot, I mean, that makes so much sense to do. My buddy has a similar setup, tent city kind of gig, and he also hand waters tons of plants. He actually does more sea green. He has a lot more plants and they're smaller, but he even has little casters.
There could actually be 2 more in there, honestly. I honestly could have 2 more in there. I was looking at that the other day. Yesterday, I was thinking, there's room in there. Should I throw 2 in there? Or am I going to fucking fuck up results now? You know what I mean? By letting them
I think
2
you're
more
right
grow up in there.
I think it's good to have airflow, and you got to see like the J1 got huge. She's like, oh, you're going to give me some space? All right. I'm just going to blast off. And she sure as hell did.
Yeah, but I think, even, with that being said, Jack, for this 300 watt light, and these plants, that won't be a bad quad, to be honest with you. It's only 3, but that wouldn't be a bad quad. No, I'm actually surprised for that 300 watter. I honestly would think maybe before I bought another bar unit for that covered a 4x4 or 5x5, I would spend fucking $750 on 3 of them lights on that 4x8 and fucking just bang it out. Instead of spending the $1,000 on the one 4x4, why not spend $750 and bang out a fucking 4x8?
And you can dim them and they run more efficient. get it just dialed in just right. You know, if you have a little too much, you can dial them all down just a tiny bit. So if you have like 3 instead of the 1 over it, like you're saying, yeah, more uniform light spread. As long as you can daisy chain them or you're able to figure out the wiring and shit like that. But I'm a big proponent. Everybody I set up, I have them do a 3x3 space, and I have them get 2 budget LEDs. They're similar to the ones that you're running. It's a brand, Apunuo. Migros did testing where they were like the most budget friendly per dollar. They get like over 2 ppfp per watt or whatever. They have a, I want to say it's like 150 watt unit, and they're only 132 bucks. So it's under $1 per watt for pretty damn good efficient LEDs. And I have a little list for basically getting friends started up on Amazon. They just want to buy a simple checklist, go through it. And instead of buying 1 light that covers the whole space, I have them buy 2 lights. And the reason I do that is because I think you get better lights for your budget, but 2, it's more flexible. Like if you have plants that start to grow uneven, you can have one a little bit higher, one a little bit lower. But more so when you have just a seedling or a small plant, a new grower, if they just have 1 light, it might not dim, they're gonna have to run it full blast and have to have it way up high away from the seedlings. Where if they have 2 lights, a smaller one is gonna be more appropriate for their seedling and veg. And by the time they get around to flower, they pop that second light up. It also affords them the opportunity to buy it later. So there's definitely big advantages to buying multiple smaller LEDs versus buying 1 monster, like best of the best. Because even the affordable stuff, the budget stuff, the Mars, the Spider Farmers, the Bloom Plus, Apunuo, all these new budget LEDs perform very close to some of the top stuff. And if you can get more of them in there, then, you know, I think that's definitely the better route for most people. The one caveat is if their customer service is terrible and if maybe their reliability is bad. I haven't seen a lot of people's going out though. It's not like the olden days where those blurples would burn out, and many of these things are using Samsung diodes and meanwhile drivers. So
I was just looking for that fucking pamphlet. I just had it the other day and I can't fucking find it. But these are running 220. So actually, this tent's only running like 3 amps, man. A little over 3 amps, maybe 4 tops. I can't remember the exact number. But that's pretty damn good for, 4 amps. Being able to push a 4x8 like that, that's pretty damn good. That's efficient as it gets, I think.
oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody would tell you could run more light or more efficient lights and more plants, yada yada yada. But what I'm saying is you can get a bunch of dank and like over that gram per watt, pushing more like 1.5 to 2 gram per watt with how efficient these lights are now. And for the upfront investment, it's easier to grow than it's ever been. I'll say that. There's more information and better equipment widely available that can ship right to your door. Anybody who's not growing right now really should consider it. Because if you're looking at Eagle's setup right behind them, that's not going to run you a bunch of money. And you can get some really, look at those plants. They're fucking amazing. People would be blown away if they could get some plants like that themselves. And granted, there's a lot of grower skill and knowledge. He knows how to veg them properly and train them properly and get them to that spot. But the equipment itself
you're talking lights and tent 650.
That's nothing for what you're going to be able to produce. I'm trying to set up the 3x3 I set up is like, I try to keep it under 500 for everything, like lights, fans, pots, medium, everything. So if somebody wants to keep growing for under 500 bucks, they're stretcher too. More even than the J1, where all the leaders are popping up.
She was a little bit more work though. She got topped. She got worked a little bit more. But and that's what the fuck is that in the back there? So this one in the back is probably the tallest. That's the wedding cake actually. That's hard to believe that the wedding cake's taller than the GMO.
Wedding cake crosses tend to stretch. My buddy's Can Grow. He's been away from the game for a little while online, but he grew some wedding cake crosses that were some of his most stretchy. And he grows like sea of green, where he has a bunch of small rock wool, like traditional sea of green style, like 30 plants in one of your tents over there. But they're all just one single bud stick. So like you could really tell when something stretched. It would be like, instead of like a mini baseball bat, it would look like a hockey stick or something, you know? Just wild.
Look at, see, well, we got this LED. And that's probably what I should have done, was a quad like that for sure. But then you got this like fucking quad over there. You know what I mean? That's only that's not even week 2, or just into week 2. Let me see if I can pull this camera out.
That actually helps a bit. What I was going to say is, because the LED is actually pulling so much less wattage, it makes sense to only run 3 plants, not 4 under it, because those 3 plants, I would admit, they're not going to come super close to what the 1,000-watt yield would be. Maybe it might come close, actually. Depends on if it's a single-ended or a double-ended, and how hard the plants are pushed and what genetics are run.
There. A little bit of better view of what you see back there. Oh.
Is that a 5x5 tent that you just showed?
No, 4x. That's a 4x8.
Oh, okay. So they're both 4x8s.
Yeah, they're all 4x8s. 4x8, 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 4x8. And then there's a 4x4 back there as well.
All right.
And then there's then there's a fucking 30x30 over there.
30x30.
We might as well, yeah, that little, see the Mars Hydro back there? And then you kind of complete the loop for the veg area. You know, Jack.
It's funny, man. It's like finally getting the full loop. I've seen it all in parts. But
actually, you're still not seeing the row behind that. You know what I'm saying? There's still that walkway back there. Yeah.
My buddy Dave's set up. Shout out to Ohio Dave. I won't say much more than that. He is like a little smaller scale, but very similar style. You know, even to like when you show that table, like his veg plants are on a very similar table up like that, and they just kind of work. He just runs a lot more plants, a lot smaller, and a lot more per light. But everybody's got their own style, you know. That's what I love about this shit, man. It's so fascinating seeing everybody's little different variations.
Yeah,
I think you could put another.
Can you see my dilemma in the fucking organic though? I mean,
I was gonna say, I thought about this today. It almost doesn't make any sense at all for you to go organic. I hate to say it. You've become a master of your craft on this side of things. It's only really like there's a fairly large risk potential. Like it could blow up in your face running organics. Like whatever amount of space you decide to dedicate to it might not perform to your expectations or your quality. So then it becomes a total loss, and then you invested in all this stuff. So it's like, then you're gonna either, okay, I gotta battle in and try and make improvements on my second round and see if I can actually get that quality that everybody raves about. And then maybe you might not even get it that second round. Maybe it's the third, fourth, fifth run or whatever. Like some people have killer results organics first round, but a lot of people try it and they're like, well, I actually think I like my synthetic more. And not to like, you know, dissuade you from trying organic, because I think it would be fun. just for like side by side, if you just tried like a tent or something that wasn't for any of your patients, that was just like some head stash or something like that. Maybe with some cuts that that you've had around for a while, like the Primal 2 or something like that, where you've really run it a bunch of times in a bunch of different setups, so you could really say like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give this a fair shake because I know what it's like in my synthetic setup with this light, so I'm gonna give it, whatever organic. Like if Smiley set you up an earth box under one of those lights that you've had for a while that you're comfortable with, and see how it compares. That might be something worth trying, but I'm not imagining you swap out any of these 4x8s for a full-blown organic setup anytime soon, to be perfectly honest.
It would be definitely be, I don't know, I don't want to say it'd be a learning curve, but it would definitely be different, that's for sure.
Well, and I just hate to say it, I know people that grow really good synthetic cannabis, and it's like as good or like not that much worse than some of the best organic stuff. Like most people ask, oh, is this organic? And if you just said yes, people would never know. They would never know the difference, like meaning like organic, like grown in soil. Because some people would consider synthetically grown stuff organic because it doesn't have pesticides on it. Because like if you're looking at how food is considered organic, they can meet the organic standards using, I think, some synthetic inputs. So it's all just semantics to me at the end of the day. What I care about is clean. Is it clean? Can you get clean synthetic grown cannabis, whether it's salt or bottles or whatever? And the answer to that is yes. Because at the end of the day, all organics are those same nutrients or elements that get broken down by the microbes, and there's a different way of it being uptaken, but it's nitrogen is nitrogen. Magnesium is magnesium, whether it comes from a salt or whether it comes from blood meal. It's nitrogen.
Yeah, I've grown some fucking killer product, both in this cocoa with like an organic line. Blue Planet. I bring Blue Planet's organic shit, and that fucking produced fire. I used General Hydroponics, the bio line there for a while, and I got a really good bud out of that shit. But the only thing that kind of burned me on that is I got in it. I happened like twice in a row, and this is shit. I wish I would have known more about like fucking organics back then, because I actually bought a fucking gallon of I forget what it is. It's the squid, the bio marine. I want to say it's a big jug, and I always buy in gallons. Always buy in gallons because I'm that cheap. Or I know you guys all have different words for that, but I'm fucking cheap. You can call yourselves what you want. I'm fucking cheap. But so I buy gallons all the time, because I want that free quart. At the end. Plus, it's usually quart plus.
Just a better value per serving.
I got some of that bio marine home, and it was late on a weekend, and the fucking local grow store was the only one in a fucking quite a distance. So I had to like get what I got from them. And I fucking went to feed, and I go to open up that biomarine, and the fucking sticker is already pulled back. The seal's already pulled back. And I'm like, oh, that's a bad fucking sign. That's a bad fucking sign. And then, so as soon as I opened up, it fucking stank too. It went way bad. And it stink anyway, but it was a whole new smell. And rather than not using it, I fucking dumped it on my plants, thinking, how bad could it be? It was bad. It was bad enough I ended up fucking scrapping the whole line and being like, fuck all that shit. And learned a lesson about buying things at the store too, because anytime after that, man, I'd pop that cap off that gallon and fucking make sure the seal was still good on that shit. And give them a shake. Make sure you can't hear that You hear that shit? Put that right out back on the shelf and tell that guy they need to do their stock because that shit's been there way too long.
Yeah, sometimes stuff like freezes and shipping and stuff and gets all fucked up. There's so many weird different things. Those bottles swell. And organic stuff specifically is difficult to store and ship properly. Um, it is unfortunate. A lot of that stuff does smell terrible, but personally, like, I don't do anything fancy. I just grow in Michigan made mix M3, water only. Start in a solo cup, veg in 1 gallon, and I finish in a 3 gallon. Most people do a 5 gallon, but my spot's so small. If I had 5 gallons, the humidity would just be ridiculous. I'd have to grow less plants. So I kind of just let them starve a bit. And they seem to end up tasting really delicious if you do it that way and you keep them small enough. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could re-amend it each time with something like a Build a Bloom blend or something like that. There's so many earthworm castings. There's so many different options. I have a list of things like crab meal, oyster shell, and all you basically do is buy those dry amendments, keep them in a little tote each run. This isn't like the no-till method, but you just take a few scoops or pinches or handfuls, whatever, of each one, toss it in with the proper ratios, mix it back up, and you're ready to go. Water only, start to finish again. No need to cook. It's just most of the stuff's available or it's breaks down over the course of the grow. So organic can be simple and not terrible smelling as well. But I think your method for you works so well. It's like, I'm a big fan of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's always fun to try new stuff, but you've got a killer method that works really well for you, and it has worked well for you and 5 patients for years. So keep that gravy train rolling, man.
You know what? Another project I was pretty proud of this year is a friend of mine I grew up with, probably one of my bestest friends. Talk about random acts of kindness. There was a point where fucking him and his family helped me out immensely. But he's a good friend. And he talked to me last year about building a greenhouse. And I was like, yeah. And he wanted to do it. He wanted to have like an auto drip on it. Kind of a little bit of fucking aquaponics fucking deal. And I'm like, yeah, dude, out there. And he fought temperatures out there last year, all year long. He hand watered last year. And I'm like, dude, there's only one way you're going to be able to do that. And that's fucking, you're going to have to bury that tank. Bury that fucking tank, pretty deep, and then run lines underground and then pop them up right to your plant. He grew fucking some monsters out there this year, fucking in that fucking little greenhouse. I mean, they're to the roof, and he has to like shimmy in between them and shit. I was like, "That's what are you bitching about?" And he was like, "This is more than I wanted."
Yeah, dude, some people grow so much they can't trim it all.
That's gonna be him. That's gonna be him. But
Good
man,
problem to
keeping
have.
that tank under the ground there though fucking kept that shit. He says it stays like right around 70, 72 in the
Dude,
tank
that's
on,
perfect.
yeah,
Literally perfect.
yeah.
The nature knows, man. Underground, it keeps that all year round, stable temperature. People have preserved seeds like that for years. Hash has been preserved like that for literally hundreds and hundreds of years.
Fucking that's how they just kept their food, man. Old food sellers.
Yep.
Help them out with some bubble bags. Bubble hash. Shit, I gotta make my bubble hash, man. I'm fucking let's see, just this fucker right here. I need to wash that motherfucker.
She's ready to wash.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm like, if I keep busting ass for just a week more, just another fucking week, and I'll be caught up. I'll be caught up to where I could probably wash my hands.
You just gotta I don't know what your freezer situation's like, but if you have any like meat fridge outside, I don't know if you hunt. We've ever talked about that? Are you a hunter?
Not these days. I used to hunt long ago, but an insecure woman and fucking doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Do you have any old like meat fridge though, or deep freezer?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a cheap fucker. Of course I got a deep freezer. I'm a cheap fucker.
So
I buy
stock her
bulk,
up,
man.
stock that shit up with some ice, have it ready, and just whenever you've got a day where you're like feeling the energy, it's like calling to you. I would try and also modify that washing machine a little bit to make it more serviceable, like something that you're going to want to work with, you know? So if you're going to do multiple washes, you're not going to want to run it stock. If it's got those little flippy sidewall panel thingamajig going on, I think you're going to want to modify it somehow. You could probably get some real simple solution figured out, I'm sure. You're crafty.
Well,
But
worst comes to worst, I still have the old machine. I've got the an 8 gallon machine and now the 20. I could
Old Faithful,
side by side them bitches. Yeah, and then actually, fuck man, I got this rig behind me fucking right here. God damn. You can probably see it. I got a fucking camera down there. This fucking trash can here. I fucking that's a can of Kate fucking deal right there. I bought that thing and fucking built a pedestal and everything. Put a fucking 3-inch drain on it, ball drain, and a fucking a collapsible fucking canoe paddle to make the hash with. I used it one time and it was I yielded better with the machine. So, but now I've
that's
got a
the thing.
fucking
That's an artisan
stainless.
process. That whole paddle thing is like they're just doing that to get like the creamiest cream first washes. Like that one, or like some people do it for like a half an hour and they just go super gentle and they still get super white shit after a long wash. But like if you did a half an hour in the machine, it'd be straight green. Um,
Oh no!
but
I mean that first wash is less than 3 minutes. You know, it
yeah,
soaks
yeah,
and then
yeah. I do a minute
real
30
gentle.
and then I do 3:30 and then at like a 4.5 and then like 5.5, 5.5. I do like 4 or 5 washes sometimes, but I run small batches. I think it's probably an 8 gallon unit.
I used to travel washer there.
Shout out to
That's what
Mad
it.
Hasher 760 on Instagram. He just gave it to me for free. He's like, "Hey y'all, I picked up a much bigger washer. I do much more commercial size loads now. If anybody wants this, I modified it. It's got the food grade tubing, smooth. He insulated the whole outside so it looks like R2D2. He even wrote R2D2 on there, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, works like a charm. I was using a power drill before that with a like silicone paint mixer, that orange paddle one. And the trick to that is, if anybody out there is using that, don't hit the bud with the paint mixer. Just use the paint mixer to spin the water around. You're not actually whacking the cannabis to get the trichomes off. What Frenchie describes it really well as, it's like you're shaking a tree, and the first shakes, the ripest fruit fall off. That's like your first wash. You know, you can literally just put the paint mixer at the very bottom of the bucket and spin it around, and the buds shouldn't be packed all the way to the bottom of the bucket. They should be like floating in the icy water area a little bit. So they should go around the outside and hit those walls, and the trikes drop down as they're supposed to. But yeah, I see a lot of people overly beat the material, the newer people that haven't made hash before. And it gets really green because they're just breaking up that leaf so much. But just that rotating You can switch direction every now and then, but yeah, I think moral of the story is if you don't have one of the washing machines, you can use a paint mixer. I've actually made some super bright blonde, amazing hash with a paint mixer. If you're just gentle during the process and spin the water, don't beat up that flour or bud material that you're using. Ooh, this fatso is bringing me down. Legend OG to GMO.
That's right. You're out of fucking cherry pie, aren't you? Man down.
I have one nug left. I have the top of one nug left. I'm down to the final bud, so I'm saving it. I had my little THC beer. I'm going to take my nightly RSO dose. That's what I found out. If I take a dose right before I go to bed, then I sleep all the way through the night. Otherwise, I wake. Oh, I'm frozen. I'm on Wi-Fi. Shit.
Yeah, it was you, I think. I don't know. Maybe it was.
It was me. It was me. No, it was me.
I hate that because you never know. You never know. It's like, am I supposed to take over? Is it him? I
was gonna say, chat. We're shutting this puppy down if it's just me, because I'm fading out here real quick. I'm just about to take out my RSO, my nighty night dose.
Jack, can you hold it down for a second? Can you see chat?
No, but I'll go click over there.
All right. Shout outs take at least 10 minutes, man.
Okay. What's up, 420? Light 1978, Dr. Buzz Lightyear Acetone, Johnny Canasee, from 619 to 664. Shout out to the 619 out in San Diego. There's more. Johnny Canasee, E. Shout out to you. Peter Griffin, Greg Hamilton. Looks like y'all are having a good little lively conversation in the chat. Sorry that we've been ignoring you. I can't see the chat normally. That's probably why I'm froze over here now. Devin Shipwreck, Stu. Shout out everybody. I'm gonna click over here so I can actually see myself. What up, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope everybody's having a good night. Shout out to Rick Simpson for popularizing the process of cannabis oil. I'm a big fan. Got my little syringe over here. This one's fancy. It's got a metal plunger. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that though. Ooh, shiny object. I used to have a glass plunger.
I like them little darts.
Hell yeah, Hope Oil style.
Next time I make some, I need to fuck. I wonder how easily accessible they are. Because I'm getting ready to probably make me some fucking some RSO. Yes, I wash my hands, Peter Griffin. Jesus. You guys are hilarious.
We save all of ours. I'm about to get one of those extract crafts, so I've saved all the RSOs that we've gotten in these little, at least the nice ones, the glass vials or syringes or whatever. They're not an actual syringe because it's like a blunt tip. You couldn't insert or inject this shit. For anybody out there who gets weirded out by needles, I'm with you. I fucking hate shots and anything sharp objects trying to penetrate into my skin like that. Fuck that shit. Not a big fan of shots.
Yes, I use Everclear to cook it and cook it off outside. Actually, you use what do you call it? I use a fucking a melter, a chocolate melter. You put the little fucking things in, and actually comes with a little cup. It's like a 2 cup. You can set it right in there. It's a double boiler for chocolate, no water. It's just two metal cup in the middle thing, and all it does is melt off chocolate, and it works really good even outside in the winter when it was super cold out there. All I did was like put some fucking tinfoil over it, so like no fun was getting in it. Fucking, but it worked well even in the winter. But it seems to be just the right temperature, not too hot. Just kind of lets it simmer. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna invest in the extract craft, that little vacuum sealed one that reclaims like 95% of the alcohol. You giggling at the chat over there, Eagle?
Dr. Lightyear giving me some shit as always. He said, nah, he didn't wash his hands. Let me go back. He just fell off.
That's funny.
He didn't wash his hands. He goes right from the pecker and then smells the blood mix. Fucker.
That's where that grapefruit smell is coming from.
Fucker. I like these guys.
Somebody said it best.
They make
we bust our friends and loved ones' chops the hardest, right? I need to go get some water for my RSO. I can still hear you.
1978. What's up? Hamilton talking about hash brings. I'm believing. Pining in pecker terms. Not even.
That was good. I mean, pecker. That's gonna be Eagle's next strain.
No, were you in the chat tonight where I told them guys what the next strain was going to be called?
I don't think so because I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh wait, oh yeah, I do. I was in the chat. You're talking about the actual Zoom chat, and you typed it to us. And I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I remember. I've got a whole bunch of good ones, and I've Googled them, and hopefully nobody else comes up with them. But it's all fun part of the game.
One of them was actually going to be Stink Finger, and then somebody actually fucking got that shit. And I was like, oh man.
It's funny.
I can't believe tonight 4 o'clock came fucking really fast tonight. Really fucking fast.
Time flies when you're having fun. Shit, Breeder Steve, great episode. And then something, we lost some time in translation between the rabbit hole and this episode, or last episode, I should say. This is the rabbit hole.
I can't tell you. And it's almost like fucking nightly anymore that when I fucking hit the fucking live button and fucking see everybody start to pile in, it's just like fucking, it's just like a stress reliever. I can feel the fucking, my back fucking ease up, fucking, it's time to fucking relax. Today, especially, man. Like, I was a little wound this morning when I got up for some fucking reason. Then I shook it off. Like, nah, just be calm. Be calm. And, so I just kind of found like the Zen place for a little while. And then I'm like, I'm not going to worry about nothing. And then I sat down and started fucking with the computer Zoom, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna mess with this for a couple minutes, And then that couple minutes turned in like 2 hours. And oh man, my back all got all tight. And then I actually, after I downloaded, uninstalled Zoom and then reinstalled it, you know what that motherfucker did for a half hour? For the fucking first half hour with that first screen, when you're using the computer, you click on the icon, it brings up that home box.
Mhm.
I ain't never seen this do it. Up in the corner, it just said connecting, connecting, connecting. And I'm like, oh fuck, this ain't. I actually uninstalled it, reinstalled it like 3 times, and then out of some good grace of whatever, it fucking started working. It started working, and then I was like, still wasn't quite sure, but it wasn't until actually it was live and I had a couple questions or into Breeder Steve before I was like, oh, I can relax. It happened. It happened. So
Everyone's here. We're live.
yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you, chat. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
So just so you guys know, for the future, I believe I'm going to change the other channel from Eagle Gardens 1 over to Fucking Talking Shit with Eagle. But I'm still going to use this, but that'll be the backup for everything. It'll be over there. Just easier to find, I think. And I'm actually going to fucking, now that a lot of you guys are subbed up to that, I tried to do it today, but fucking in the mix of fucking zooming fixing, in the middle of the Zoom fixing, I was uploading an episode to that channel, and then I had to restart the computer, and it took out the upload. But I think on that channel, I'm going to premiere the old episodes one by one. I was going to start out with one today, the sequence 1 episode, and premiere it over there. I thought that was kind of cool. That I I aired the one from Smiley last night over today, and I didn't realize, because I said it as a premiere, I didn't realize when it premiered that it went live like that. I thought it just made it available. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
it actually premiered it like a show. So when it was ready, everybody live chatted today. I didn't even know it was. I just happened to click on it. I seen it live, and I'm like, "Fuck, we got chat!" And I started chatting there for a little while. So I think I might do that with the other on the other channel. As I upload it, I think right around like 3:00 ish, I'll have it fire up, and then we'll start over from 1.
Premiere it.
Airing the old, premiering it, airing the old episodes on the fucking talking shit side,
Nice.
the backup side.
It's
That's
a fun way
good
for
episodes.
people to get back in the chat. You know, if they miss certain episodes, get to catch up. By the way, we have 2 minutes till 4:20.
That's pretty awesome. I think, because a lot of people came on late. You know what I mean? Well, not late, but we had the people. A lot of the people that are here right now, there from day one. But a lot of the people that are hanging out now didn't come out until like 75, maybe even 100. And but there's a lot of good episodes. Even as I'm looking through them, I'm like, holy shit! A lot of what I can't believe is some of the ones that seemed like they were just like not so long ago, like Kinneo's Lights and stuff like that, were like 40s. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Has it been that long since they've been on?
Dude, I came on number 5 and number like 48 or something. It's been 100 episodes since then, plus.
It's been 150. It's
Right.
been 150 almost.
I'm saying it's 100 since the 50th episode that I came on or whatever, and that's just crazy. Yeah, this is really come a long, long way, and that's why the people keep on coming back. Not only the people in the chat, but your guests. Indra, I thought he might come on twice. The fact that he's come on 3, maybe potentially more times. That dude's just like, I almost want to just like, if I had the opportunity, I would fucking go and like pick that dude's brain and like try and live with him for like a week or a month or something. Just like extract as much knowledge as possible. Because I don't know if enough people have done that with that guy yet. Because he is literally a deep, deep pool of incredible knowledge, not just about cannabis, but everything, life in general. That guy is fascinating. So I think more people should check out those episodes if they haven't already, because he definitely is very entertaining. They're long ones too. He can spin a good yarn. Happy 420.
Is it 420? Sure the fuck is. I guess I'll throw up the damn song real quick. Fucking that's a lot of hours. I was adding that up the other day. That's like roughly 750 hours of broadcasting. It's kind of insane when you say it like that.
It's crazy.
You want to know what what's even crazier is I was looking through the stats the other day. How many minutes? How many minutes since has this started? It'll give me, I can't remember the exact hours, but I remember the minutes. How many watched minutes?
Oh man. 700,000.
300 or 3 million plus. It's over 3
Oh,
million. And that's crazy. It's funny because I look at all these stats, you know, like to get monetized, it was what you had to have 12 months or 5,000 hours and 1,000 followers in 12 months, right? I would before I was even, we were up to fucking. I gotta cut this. Can't talk over it. Before we were like 2 months into it, I was already up to like 40,000, something like that. 4 times the the minimum to go. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. And I still haven't even hit that year mark. These things went pretty far, pretty fast. I was even talking to Lexi about it today. She's like, "You shouldn't give it up, Dad. You shouldn't give it up. I think you're doing
absolutely not. It's a great thing you got going. I mean, there's a community behind it. Wherever there's a group of people, you can make good things happen. It all depends on a good leader, which you are. You're a good leader, and you're leading this team, this troop, this herd, this flock of eagles. We're all, flying behind you. High as fuck. The highest flying eagle crew you'd ever seen.
Yeah, there is some forces. There is a force behind the scene that's trying their best to get me to quit the show. I've said no.
As I said to one of the young men I trained this evening when we were working out, he was beet red in his face, sweating, breathing hard, asking me for a break. And I just told him, keep going until you're done with your set. Because I've been there before. I've wanted to quit. I wanted to give up because it was being challenging. Sometimes at the most challenging times, that's exactly when you have to push through. And it's like, that's what makes you better. That's what, like, in exercise makes you stronger, develops that endurance. But in this case, in podcasting, it's like that perseverance. It shows that you're not going to let these trolls fuck with you, Like you'll make a backup account. You'll go to another platform if you have to. You'll learn Streamlabs. You'll do whatever you have to do, keep the shit going. And I just gotta say, I appreciate that about you, Eagle. You're on mute, I think.
I was. Because I turned up my microphone. The only thing Zoom's done right tonight, when I turned up the music and turned my mic down, everybody's like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So I turned it back up so I mic down so you couldn't hear
I thought it was my earphone for a second. I was like pressing it real deep into my ear. I was like, did this shit get loose while I was ripping my bong? Like, it got a little quiet over here, but
I do that too, man. I do that a lot, man. I'm like, wedge. I even sometimes give it a little twist to lock it in there.
Get in there. All right, chat. This is gonna be my last. This is gonna be my last bong bowl for the evening. It's a late one for me, but I don't got stuff super early in the morning. Just a regular morning, and it was worth it to come hang out with my homie Eagle, smoke some, chat it up. Hopefully, bring a good end to the somewhat stressful earlier part of your day, which it seems like it is ending on a good note. That's what it's all about.
It is ending on a good note, and I appreciate you, Jack. I mean, like you kind of said there, you were there from the beginning, brother. I mean, and like I've said early on in my all the way through this, you were positive support in the beginning. You know what I mean? There was support coming from other directions, but I didn't. Looking back, I wonder how positive it really was, because you were the only one out of everybody. Well, a lot of people. I ain't gonna single anybody out. That was actually giving good constructive criticism. It wasn't bullshit. It was here. This will help. This will help. And without little things like that, it would have probably made things a little bit more difficult. And I appreciate the help. A lot of that shit, the podcast help, and a lot of other advice you gave me did help ease the interviews, because it was a little nerve wracking. It's still nerve wracking. Fuck, I even especially at Greeter Steve today, man. That was a little stressful, man. I mean, and I was terribly unprepared.
It's always gonna be. If it's not a little bit nerve wracking, then it's not exciting because you're not enjoying it enough. The reason you care is you want the people in the chat to have a good time. You want to have a good time, and that's how it's been. You want to keep it going. And when you have an amazing guest like Reader Steve, I'd be nervous too. I get nervous just watching because he's such a fucking badass.
I don't write shit down. I do not write shit down. No questions or anything. Nothing. Today I listened to, as a prep, I listened to re-listened to the Future Cannabis Project from the other day, listened to him talk like that. And that was about it, man. And I'll think of my questions. Tonight I had several really good questions for him. But he kind of talked for so long, and that's not a bad thing. I love that. Trust me, I love that. And that's what I think I like about the show, not, to my own horn, but I like to hear people speak in a full manner without, being interrupted or whatever. And especially him, there's no way I'm cutting him off.
Or Indra. Or anybody who likes to go long form, like Joe Rogan Experience, I think was the first podcast that really fucked up the whole, everything needs to be 3 minutes on the internet. It needs to be short, attention span, little bite, clickbaity bullshit. It's they don't need to do that. They do that to sell advertisements. They do that because it's convenient for people that have 9-to-5 jobs that want to watch TV from this time to that time. But most people now have learned that they can listen to long form stuff driving in their car. They don't have to watch it necessarily, or they can watch it at night after they're off or whatever, whenever it works for them, or in the morning. This is a fucking international show. You got people all over the world, but you make it possible.
So this is where I fall into this with Jack. This is like tonight, there was 4 times I'm sitting there I'm thinking I've got a great question on my head, and sitting there listening to him, and I'm smoking. I think this is some of the biggest problem right there. But I was 2 of these in, way through. And then the one time he stopped talking, I'm sitting there I thought of the question, and I'm shit you not. I'm sitting here like repeating the question to myself in my head. I'm just waiting for that opportunity. I'm like, yep, this is what you want to ask. This is what you want to ask. This is what you want to ask. And then he stopped talking, and it was like, oh shit, he stopped talking. And then fucking the question went, it was gone. Then he turned around and said something else, and it was just fucking crickets in my head. I was like, fuck, what was that question? What was that question?
Do you have a keyboard in front of you? Are you at your computer right now?
Yeah.
So what I do when I'm on the podcast on Sundays, the Growing with My Fellow Growers, I'll type it into like the YouTube chat where I have my live chat up, or in the Zoom chat, like to the rest of the people, and I won't even send it. I'll just type the question or my thought, or even just a word that I was thinking while somebody's speaking, because so often I squirrel while they're talking, and then the topic changes and I forget what I wanted to say, and it's like, it kills me, man. Like, so that's one of my least favorite things in life, is like when I have an idea and I forget what I was going to say, or when I wanted to bring something up and like I didn't, and I'm like, oh man, that could have brought like a good bit of conversation there, where I think it would have really brought value to the conversation. People could have expanded upon it. And when I start to write it down, even if I wait 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever it is, whoever, finishes their point or monologue or a side conversation, then you can bring it back up. And it's like, holy shit, that whole write it down thing. Like in school, the teacher is like, if you have a question, raise your hand. You used to raise your hand, but sometimes by the time they'd get to you, you'd fucking forget what it was. Or if you were like me, that I had a bunch of concussions playing football at that time, so it happened to me all the time. So they started to say, write your questions down on a piece of paper or whatever. And now I just digitally, type it up. Even if you're on your phone or something, just even a single word sometimes enough, they'll draw you back to like what you wanted to say. So that's my final tip before tonight. I'm glad that it's been positive. Both these shows were great, in my opinion. I at least enjoyed myself. So cheers to that. Cheers to everybody in the chat. Eagle, thanks again for having me. This bong is going to get cleaned tomorrow. This is a dirty, dirty lady. I don't normally like to get her this dirty, but she needs a good soak with some alcohol and salt. Shake her up. Dump her out.
Only so many hours in the day.
I know. I'm still working on, I fucking totally forgot to have the conversation with my wife about what car I'm going to get. I got the amount that I'm going to get paid out for my car that got totaled. So
what are you getting?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe just another Mini Cooper to replace the one that I had. There's a one that's a model year newer with 30,000 less miles. So I'm like, I like the car that I was driving. I don't need anything fancy. So that might be the route that I go. As long as I get it checked out by my mechanic and have him tell me that everything is good to go on it, then I'll probably pick it up. I actually got paid out fairly by the other person's insurance. For those who don't know, I was parked on the side of the road, thankfully not in the car. I was legally parked. And an elderly woman, not paying attention, slammed into my car and totaled it. She was okay, but thankfully she had insurance and it covered it. So I'm in a little rental car right now that I don't love. It made me realize I was looking at all the other cars in the price range of what I got paid out for. And I was like, none of these other cars would satisfy me the same way that driving the Mini Cooper does. And you're asking about handling. It does handle a lot different than any other car that I've driven before, at least. It's more like a go-kart. The tires are like all the way towards the edge of the car. It corners super well. It's low to the ground. The year I had was a 2014 when BMW bought the car, or bought the whole company, I should say. BMW bought Mini, redesigned it. They made it 4 inches longer and 3 inches wider, so the cabin's a little bit bigger. They added like a turbo, sport mode, like different suspensions and things like that. So BMW, I think, knows how to make good cars. And when I test drove it, I was blown away. I actually won it in a raffle, believe it or not. And then it was a 2-year lease. And then after the 2-year lease was up, I bought it out for the depreciated value. But I basically got it from brand new. It was 0 miles. They shipped it from the boat, like literally filled it up. I think they do the tests there, but they set the odometer back to 0. And yeah, I put 100K on her. She had a good life.
Now it's time to move on. Yeah, that's one thing I always heard about the little Mini Coopers is they fucking cornered like fucking crazy on a dime, practically.
So fun to drive. You honestly, I'm going to put a disclaimer. You can absolutely roll any car if you try hard enough. But I've seen people do ridiculous things in Mini Coopers and not flip them. They're so low to the ground. And the way that they're built, they just want to hug the road. And so even people that drift and do crazy shit, I don't do anything crazy. I'm just trying to get A to B safely. But when you do get that little urge, and even if it's on like a windy country road and the speed limit's like 45, 55, when you take that curve in that car and you don't have to slow down, you don't have to hit the brakes at all. It just whip around. It's just, there's something exhilarating about that feeling. It's really enjoyable for sure. So shout out to BMW and Mini, because all the people over there treated me exceptionally nice in all the time that I've had that car. So that's another reason that I'm kind of leaning towards getting another one to replace the one that I had.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, if I were to buy a tool that I was fucking completely satisfied, why wouldn't I buy that same fucking brand again?
See, sometimes I just feel like I'm an easy customer because like I had a Jeep when I was in high school and I loved this fucking Jeep. And I told myself, oh man, every car I'm going to buy from now on is going to be a Jeep. And it was a great Jeep. It was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Had little bows. I inherited this shit from a grandparent who used to take it on like expeditions, like up mountains and shit. And he had actually gotten a newer model. My family needed the car, and it was beautiful. I loved the car. I gave it to my sister when I moved out here to California because that shit would probably not have passed the smog testing and efficiency testing out here, all the standards. And it got like 12 to 16 miles per gallon. It's just not the most efficient car. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot to think about. I'm going to talk it over with the wife. But like you said, if you love the tool, didn't have a lot of complaints. And I did. I really, really enjoyed it. And that being said, I said I was going to sign off like 15 minutes ago. But cheers, everybody. Much love to y'all. Last rip.
Why does it feel so good to be back on this channel? Even to see the three thumbs down, I'm stoked to see it, man. It just feels like being in my favorite chair or some shit. It's like right
You
back
built it
where it's
up.
supposed to.
You deserve it, man. You worked for it, hard for it. If you put a gun to my head and told me you're gonna have to do 5 hour long episodes of a show live on the air for the next 150 days, and you only get a single day break, and that was the day that your dad passes away. I
even
don't think I'd
streamed
be able
that
to fucking do it. I know. I was there. I episode 50. I remember it. Tore me up. Tore me up. But you know what? You have fucking iron will, my friend, and I admire that very much about you. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, they said praise people while they're alive, and I'm a big fan of that. Fucking, you're a good man, Eagle. You deserve some credit. You raised 3 beautiful daughters, and you've done a lot of good on this planet while you're here, and you continue to do so by keeping all these people entertained in this chat. And I know it tears you up. You can't take a compliment, and I'm the same way. We were raised to be humble and not be arrogant and full of ourselves, but it's just the truth of the matter. These are undeniable statements that I'm making here. On paper, you could write these things down, and it'd be hard to argue against them. So I just want to say you do a lot for a lot of people, and I appreciate that. And I know a lot of people do. So much love to you, brother. Have a great night. Peace out. I'm going to go hang out in the chat with everybody for a little bit. Peace.
Peace, brother. Thank you for popping in. Helped immensely. Well, Jack popped in, finished out the night. It is time to do the shout outs and get outs. Man, it does feel great to fucking be back on this channel, though. I mean, I can see the need to want to back things up even further. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but somehow or another, we're gonna fucking make sure that the mistake. Well, actually, we got the backup channel up and going now. Most of you know where it's at, and so we do have a backup. If one happens here, the only back thing we need now is fucking in case YouTube shuts us down altogether. We might want to think about getting something else going. I don't know. I don't know. Another day. All I know is I'm fucking grateful as hell for today. You guys being here, everything working out. Oh man, I couldn't need it anymore. Anymore. And that's some straight up shit right there. It's a fucking good tune right here, but I'm pretty sure it's Appalachian Falls, Country Roads. Good tune. Appropriate. It is joint time. Where's my music? I didn't turn it down, did I? There it is. Maybe a little too loud. It's a good tune. You should probably check them out. I hate to say that, but good tune. You guys rock. You guys fucking rock. I can't even begin to tell you how much you guys made me feel good. It's an honor to be here. It is a huge honor to be here and do this. You gotta come hang out with you guys every night. That's for sure. 420, 420. If there's time after this one, I'll hit that one up, man. Weed is 207. Dave Colby, Fresh Pork Chops, P Win, Jason Stone, Prometheus Soil, Mike, Giant Mike, LG 420, Smith Dude, Jones and DeGrow, Mr. No One, Lost Art, Stony Creek, Greg Hamilton, Jeremiah Miranda, Green Med Flock, Lily Luna, the Grow From Your Art podcast, Sess, Dro Groves, Raz Amy, Papa G Groves, Spaniard Kruger from 619 to 664, Mr. Green Nugs, Mr. Green Pots, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Indra, Dreamer 77 Double D, Mary Jane's Med Gardens, Native 8, Indra again, Kingdom Aquaponics, Leighton Morrison, thank you for delivering an excellent episode with Smiley's Gardens, and thank you, Smiley. Shout out to you, man. You've been a huge part of this too, my friend. All of you guys have been a huge part of this. This isn't nothing that I do alone. This is something that everybody helps on. You guys help by showing up. A lot of you guys have went above and beyond. Slurhow has offered his chance to come up and fucking hang out with you guys. A lot of you guys have helped make this happen, man. When you guys show up, do an episode, buys us all one more day of doing this. And I can't be any more grateful. It doesn't have to be a Breeder Steve. It can be a Stony Creek, Big Jar Rose, Stu Moon. Y'all fucking important to me. And it makes for a great night. Nobody's anyone more special than me, man. You all are great company. All of you are great company. New bot, Sailbot wins, G13, Light 1978, Brian Henderson, Meat Off Flower, Page Farms, Haggerton 420, Miranda Family Farms, Andy Man, Reels 100, 212, Southwest Okie, Green Mountain Grower, cause I love it, man. I like that screen name. School of Croc, Chef Life, Alex Boykachev, Green Puffin Man, Bingus. Don't hold no grudges, Bingus. We love you. Come on back. BT Double D Rose. Audit Everywhere. Zeppelin. Keep It Real. Trey Valone. Danner 1620. Sir How. Beast Coast Grower 420. Just a Face 420. Miss D's Nugs. And Turo. Or Arthro. Sense Amelia. Purple Thumb OG. Probably just getting up, getting ready for work. Hope you have an amazing, safe day, my friends. Oh, and this is on a serious note. Before I want to stop right here, Dr. Budsville, USA. one of our own, ready to hit the hot fire. Their mother had to go in for surgery for their stage 4 cancer. So if we could send a bunch of positive vibes over there for him and his family. He holds us down night after night, dropping links and fucking just great company. So please send some positive vibes over there. Budsville, BG, WG 420, great grower, cool ass Michigan guy. I gotta get over to this channel here so I can fucking get 420 song. Says I'm live. Pause it. Go retry. Go get your song there. 420, 420. Where did I leave off at? Over here. Be too crazy for you, John. Lisa G. Holtz Farm. Brittany Teasley. Mr. Sparkler. J and K Triple G. Where's my chat? Triple G. Green Click. G3. Manawati. Big Ed. Brett Wendell. Big Day 420. Sir Sticky. There you are. Sir Sticky, Artist LD, Warlock, thank you for your episode this week. And you're the one that gave me the advice on the back door for the Zoom. I'm sorry I brain farted when I talked about it earlier, brother. Thank you for your help. Amber Lalana in the Witchy Weekend. One more week before they're here. That's going to be a fun fucking episode. I am looking forward to that. I had 5 witches at once. What can I say? How could that not spell out fucking a great night? It's gonna be cool as hell. Who else we got here? Minnesota Nice. If some happen chance you listening, shout out to you. MMP Nations Creations, D Block, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Wayback Farmer, Big Jar Grows, Wolverine Grower, Fresno Nerds. I seen you in chat on the other channel tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Voodoo Ultras, Midwest Outlaws 31, Polish Hammer, Sus, This Guy 7979, Burton, Low Key, Grows, the Can of Crate, Mo Grower, Stu Moo, Madam T, Aldridge 25, High Spy. Happy birthday, High Spy. If you're still here, happy birthday to you. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you get tons of gifts. Hope you get tons of happy birthdays. Don't forget, if you're just watching this later in the day, High Spy on YouTube. Happy birthday to you. Left off. Where'd I leave off? Had to be over here. Stu Move, Madam T, High Spy, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Pixel Money, Pixel Monkey, Zoe and Slammer, Naughty Nikki, Nutrients, shout out to Johnny Canis Seed, I Grew Some, Miss Duty Grows, DOA Grown Meds, thank you for coming back, DOA, fucking Dang Grower, T1 Productions, Dollar Tree Goer, Perfectly Imperfected, CJ Apple, Day One are there, man, that's a cool ass dude right there. Green Country Grower, Lexi, Brittany, Courtney, my beautiful girls. Amazing kids right there. Beautiful, beautiful girls. SoCal Weed Nerd throwing up some fucking some Mendo Loco to pass out to you guys heading my way. That's gonna be pretty badass. Last PPG 15, Modern Genetics, John, JC, Big Jar Grows again, Dub T Roy, Ouija Buds, Snore Michigan Micro, Frosty Buds, Tyler, Small Tube Grows, Soil Roots, Mystic Marks, Spiky Pilot, Keith from Black Sail LED, Thinkman Dan, Tanazi, Stabby, and all the rest of the guys over there, Zen, Mr. Basilis, all the cool dudes over there fucking embracing organics. Caught part of your show tonight, Ken and Queen Genetics, the Canana Canuck, Dr. Buzz Lightyear Acetone, Dab Goblin, Red Eye Rustler, Jose Ramirez, the Canna Shiva, Dirt Road Dude, Even, Chris Mertz, ready to hit that high fire. One more time. My thoughts, my prayers go out to you, brother, and your family. Mountain Skies, Kineo Genetics. Shout out to them and my condolences to them and their pet as well. Kineos, so sorry to hear that. They can be just like family members. Sometimes it's even tougher to deal with in some cases. Sharate W Digger 714, the American one, the Major General 420 Army, the most hated grower, Chicha B, Joni Bell, Bill Sid, Good Life, Red Center Farms, Dankman Dan, Dankman 420, Tara Millison, Chris Martinez, Resurrection Prophet, Budsville USA, Medical MJ, Devin Shipwreck, Buddha Boy, UKSIF 420, Purple Thumb OG, Let That Up Again, Tim, Blind Cat 420, Sequence 3, the Koenig Trooper, Sergeant Pepper 420, Ned Denver, DLP 2372, Rick Wolf, Groze, E, TWDT, I Kill, Ginger Snaps. I don't kill you, Ginger Snaps. You know that. That bugs her a little bit, I think. I tried to change that around night to night a little bit for you, Ginger. Mystic, Groa, Jill Carter, Bagseed, Cameron, Evolve 420, Peter Griffin, Jeff Jarowski, Faded Farmer 420, Twisted Roots. It was really cool of him stopping last night. Hopefully your Ripper duty has gone well. No troubles there, my friend. Check them out in the Michigan Ganja Misfits. Weed Church on Sundays. Grokoski, it's been a minute since you popped in, my friend. Hopefully things are doing well for you too, brother. You were in a seemingly bad spot last time we seen you. Hopefully you have some brighter days. Smoking Grove Fraser, Miss D's Nugs, so nice. I always say it twice. Miss or JD's Aldridge 25, both of those I believe I've said twice too. Charlie's Farm 420, Farmer Willie, missing you, brother. Hopefully things have turned around. You're back on top again. Hopefully ready to pop back in sometime soon. Talk to us. Smiley's Gardens, amazing dude there. If you ain't following him, you are fucking up. Great guy. Boom Farms, another amazing dude up there in Canada. Spartan Grown, a Michigan native, another amazing dude. 420. Jack Greenstock was in the house tonight, holding it down. Boca King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Matt Steelbread, Indo 11 and the Breeders Collective, Stephanie B, Shark Holy 989, Van Braun, Sovereign Gardens, Stoner Nation 420, Bugs 1, Painted Lady. I seen you tonight in the EO chat. Shout out to you. Frank Booth, Fuel House Farms, Jay Myers, Schmid. Hopefully that was right. The chat, I like that one as well. Manny D, Mr. Manny D to me. Bagseed, Dr. DGC Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Groves 420, Scallywag 420, Abolish Farms, and Miss C, Evolve 420, Skill Bowl, the Canicate, Med Grower 1. We'll be rescheduling and hanging out with him very soon. I'm sorry, Med, for canceling on you yesterday, brother. I know you wouldn't do that shit to me. Fucking Empire Breeding Co. Another great dude who's taught us a lot. From Broly, Lostleaf, Pedro, Liam Mass, another cool dude. Very knowledgeable. If you're not following him, you should. Danny Danko, Breeder Steve, B Bear 7, Allie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Joy Med, I think I got you on there twice. Looney Jester, Smoking in a Small Town. Hopefully we're going to get you on and talk to you here soon. Tim S, Mr. Lazy, White Feather Grows, and Rafta Grows to complete the list tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it more than you guys know. You guys know the deal. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do change lives. Without you guys knowing, you have been doing it for me all week long, helping me get through some shit that I don't want to talk about, I won't talk about. But nonetheless, I'm honored to be here with you tonight. and it makes shitty days worthwhile. That's for sure. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is the end of your day, the end of your journey. Get some rest, and get out there and make it tomorrow amazing day. It will be Friday when you get up. For those of you that are just getting up and hanging out with us on the way out, it is Friday. Hell yeah. Get through it. It is the beginning of an amazing weekend, I am sure. I don't even, I'm not, oh, Friday, I don't, I'm not even fucking sure who's, it's been such a crazy week. I don't even know who's here tonight. Holy shit. Better plug that real quick. Double Tap. Double Tap's here tonight. Double Tap, if you're watching, fucking hell yeah. Can't wait to talk and hang out with you. Automation and Freedom. You know, I think you're not on the list, but I need to write you down before it's, I don't know how the fuck, maybe, I don't know, brother, but you're on the list. I'm sorry that you're not, bro. I can't wait for my update with you. There you go. If you weren't on the list, you are now. Some of you guys are on there 2 or 3 times because I'm afraid I'm missing you guys. All right. So, yeah, it's the end to get to that weekend. Hopefully, it's an amazing one. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you all weekend long. But it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in for the probably 10,000th time. I am grateful for this show, you guys, and everybody that contributes to it. Amazing people, amazing community. So proud to be a part of it. With all that being said, I got to get some work done so I can get my ass to bed, get some rest myself. Thank you guys. I love you. Peace.